Not a great deal happened this week aside from some interesting, silly, astute opinions being posted, while Google and Meta both took action against spammers and scammers in their own different ways. And this way, for more information about CRM, time on site, Google Ads, Meta, and how to actually do useful keyword research. It's JB's digital update for the 5th of September 2023. Let's carry on with it. So, customer relationships, it's time to write and call. Based on a recent LinkedIn post, it turns out that a lot of SaaS companies, and it's not just SaaS companies, I can tell you, have really rubbish customer engagement and customer retention strategies. Who knew? Essentially, it consists of emailing customers 1 to 2 weeks before renewal is due and introducing yet another account manager who doesn't have a clue about the business. And this is for 5-figure products. Clearly, they have too much money and not enough care for their customers. It's a little like how Google Ads for small medium enterprises gets introduced to their new account manager once every 3 to 4 weeks, and the advice is always the same: increase budget, broad match on the letter S. So, but I digress. Anyway, if you want to provide value to your clients, KIT, keep in touch, either by regular email or CRM or direct email, phone or messaging. It really doesn't matter as long as you are contacting them and telling them something useful for their business or their use of the product. And no, that doesn't include the latest blog post about how your new offices are even more snazzy than the last. Don't let the renewal notice be the only time they hear from you. Want to find out more about how successful email and CRM turns into good conversions and renewals? Talk to me. So, slow loading is not a hidden Google hack. LinkedIn was clearly the bastion of slightly audible posts for the last couple of weeks, and I'm not sure if this one was a Mickey take or not. Essentially, an SEO recommended slowing down your website on the basis that Google ranks your site based on time on site. And therefore, the longer your site took to load, the longer a user would be on site. Yes, really? Nope, that's not how it works. Google has repeatedly said that time on site is not a factor. And I believe them, because if it were, it would be unbelievably easy to game for positive effect on your own website. You just target X thousand bots to search and click your link before eventually returning to the search page after a randomly long length of time. Now, Google does undoubtedly have some kind of metric to do with how users use search and the sites they visit, although it is likely to be very minor in its effect on the algo, if at all. But time on site is not one of them. So, speeding up your website has always been one of the single best ways to improve user acquisition and retention. Always has been, pretty much always will be. So talk to me about doing SEO properly, especially technical SEO, and speeding up your website with proper technology and development methods. Thank you. Meta covert influencer takedown. Hooray, heroes, hooray. Meta announced in the middle of last week they had taken down one of the biggest covert influence networks in history, and that the network was related to Chinese law enforcement. They also removed a whole heap of Russian originating accounts, which were passing off as major news organisations and publishing anti-Ukrainian news items. So these networks targeted more than 50 apps, not just Facebook and Instagram, so there was all sorts of other apps being targeted. Now, given Meta's historic influence over people by accident or design, and its lack of care towards covert influence or allowing apps to harvest data, this is a good sign. There is hope that in the upcoming US election year they may be able to hold off the rampaging hordes of ne'er-do-wells who will be out to influence people and the election. There will still be plenty of efforts made, and a number will succeed, however. Now, perhaps next week they can take care of the influence who spout rubbish about any subject that pops into their head. So talk to me about social media and its influence via social, organic social and paid social media. Let's chat. So Google Ads has got a limited ad serving policy. It's just popped up in the last week or so. About 20 years after its SEO cousin had a similar sandbox thing running, Google Ads is now introducing a limited ad serving policy designed to reduce the amount of ad impressions an unknown advertiser can surface for. That is until Google gets to know them better, or they have a decent history behind them and they become a verified advertiser. So in general, this seems to be related to an advertiser pushing a brand they may not clearly be affiliated with, something that resellers should take note of. This may also explain why some ads are a bit slow on the uptake at the moment, as Google throttles the ad campaign until it gets user feedback or the account gets more history. Having some experience of building trust settings for listings, it's not unusual, it's not uncommon for good accounts to suddenly go bad once they become trusted. Bait and switch is what it's known as. In the meantime, get your Google accounts verified, make sure your landing pages and campaigns are clean, and build up your account history. Talk to me about running successful PPC and paid social media campaigns. Finally, keyword research. Do it properly. So despite outward indications to the contrary, it does actually take a fair amount to rile me. But one of the things that does rile me is idiocy purporting to be smartness. A recent article misses the mark by a long way. Search volume is important as a way of understanding relative importance of search terms, but the volume numbers are fuzzy. It's much better to total them by topic than anything else. Keyword difficulty is an important part of search. Honestly, if a keyword is difficult, you should reassign the line of business you're in. Intent? No. Thinking about the user journey will help you far more to understand what the user wants to do. Remember that intent is Google's way of categorizing keywords, not an SEO's way of doing it. If you want to do keyword research properly, these are the things you should be paying attention to. Number 1, relevance to your business and products. Then priority for you. Then search volume as a way of ranking. Aggregating and estimating market size, topics and subtopics, so you can start to build an IA, the user journey so that you can start to populate your pages with content and appropriate conversions, and search persona, so you can start to structure your pages so that they convert better. Honestly, if you do keyword research properly, you get a great piece of market research which helps you to understand the market and its consumers. If you don't do it properly, you get a list of words. Talk to me about keyword research and SEO. That's it for this week. Thanks very much for paying attention. If you'd like to find out more, like to get in contact with me, then please use the contact details on the outro slide that's about to follow this, or follow the link beneath. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers. Bye.